And every Friday we come here and we chant. It doesn't really matter who comes, but if you come, it's beneficial to you. You don't come that if my friend is not going, I'm not going. Don't do that. Every Friday you come here, 7 to 8 p.m. we chant Hare Krishna. And then Saturday we do Srimad Bhagavatam. And Sunday we come back here and we do Srimad Bhagavad Gita class. That is Bhagavad Gita, which is it's a song of God, spoke by Krishna himself, 5,000 years ago. So we read that and we try to remember that. So currently in Srimad Bhagavatam, which is so auspicious, Srunvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Sravan Kirtanam, So Srimad Bhagavatam is a very, very auspicious, it's a spotless scripture, and any answer you want, any question you have, it is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. Any question, It has been asked by somebody in Srimad Bhagavatam. Any question you take. And if you go into our Veda base online, and if you put that question, answer will be tagged to it. That much beautiful it is, So, Nigam kalpa taror galitam phalam sukhamukhad amruta drava sayutam pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhauka. So this Bhagavatam is stated or narrated by our Sukadeva Goswami, who's above this material platform, on the spiritual platform. And it is written by Vyasadeva in his maturity, Vyasadeva was so much confused what to write, He said, why I'm not feeling so much pleasure inside my heart? Although I sing, I wrote so many scriptures, but I still don't feel very much pleasure in my heart. At that time, his Guru Maharaj Narad, Maharshi Narad, or Lord Sri Narad comes and tell him that you have not narrated enough about Krishna. And that's the reason you are not feeling that much pleasure. And that's where he made this commentary on Vedanta Sutra, that he wrote it about Krishna. And that's why it is so much important to read. So currently we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6 and chapter, I think, 3. Canto 5, 5, sorry. It's Canto 5, yeah. And then chapter number is Canto 5 and chapter number 4. That's where we are reading. And right now we are at the verse number 4. Verse number 4. Yeah. Verse number 4 is where we have to read. So what's happening in short is that there was a king named Nabi, and he was a big king. He was not only big king, but very, very famous king back then. And his wife's name is Meru Devi, and they didn't have a son. And normally, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, yeah. So normally, when you are a king and if you don't have a son, then it's really, really hard. You worry about it, who's going to be the successor of my kingdom and my wealth, and how would this praja or the people will be taken care of. That's the worry. So in the same way, King Nabi and Meru Devi do a very, very big sacrifice, fire sacrifice, to get the son. Not only that, but look at them. They wanted the son just like Krishna himself, So they keep a big sacrifice. In that sacrifice, Lord Vishnu comes, because there were some Brahmins who were very, very qualified Brahmins, Samo damo tapas saucham kshantirarjavam evacha jnana vijnana astikyam brahma karma swabhavajam. These are the 8 characters of those Brahmins who has controlled their mind, who has controlled their senses. They are very peaceful, and then they are very pavitra, means um, uh, they are very peaceful, and they are very clean, that's what they are. So here they perform this sacrifice along with King Nabi, and eventually Lord Vishnu was very much pleased, and he comes and then he gives the boon to King Nabi that you will have a son. Say Krishna says that I'm only myself one. There is nobody just like me, another one. You see, Krishna is only one. We always teach here too, right? There is nobody like Krishna. God is only one, that is Krishna, right? But Krishna has so many plenary portions, his own, expansions, we call it, own expansions, avatars. So Krishna says, I am the only one, I can be another one, but definitely my plenary portion, exactly like me, which comes out of me, equally powerful, will be your son. That's how the boon is. And his name is Rusabdev. The Rusabdev take up birth. And now, after the Rusabdev take birth, and we learn that the Rusabdev is very, very powerful. Not only powerful, but this is what the guidance for us to learn the spiritual life, that we leave the duality and we try to see face in our eyes that because this guy is doing this, that's why this happened. We are not seeing this. But behind the scene, these activities are there. Behind the scene, something we cannot see is guaranteed by this Shastra. A liberated person prepares himself in such a way that he does not take on any more material bodies which are destined to die. Any more bodies, he is not prepared to take any body, which is keep on dying, keep on dying, keep on dying. Another symptoms is Visoka, which indicates he's callous to material distress. Visoka means he doesn't care. Those people who are liberated, who believe everybody is the same, and they are very callous to the material activity, material distress. It doesn't bother him, So we have to become Visoka, means that it doesn't bother us no more. Because we have taken shelter of Krishna. That's why it shouldn't bother, this distress. Or if it bothers us, it should only bother us temporary, Then it goes away because we are under the shelter of the holy name. We are under the shelter of Krishna. That's why. Another is Vijigasta, which indicates that he no longer desires material enjoyment. That goes away. Whenever you associate with the devotees, your material enjoyment start going away. And you become very spiritual. You start desiring that, okay, forget about going to the bar. Let me go to this temple. This kind of desires start coming automatically. When you associate with the devotees, when you eat the prasadam here, when you engage into this Sankirtan movement, this Sankirtan you do, then these desires start going away. You see, that's what it is. So, another symptoms is apipata, which means that he has no desire other than to engage in the devotional service. That desire comes. You want to come here, get engaged. Engage means that you hear about Srimad Bhagavatam, you chant about Srimad Bhagavatam, and then you do a kirtan, speak about Srimad Bhagavatam and this kirtan. That is what is happening to you, A further symptom is Satyakama, which indicates that all his desires are directed to the Supreme Truth. So every desire you have, because Krishna says there are so many desire comes in it's just like a gush of the water from the sea. That much desires are coming in our mind and in our intelligence. Desire keep on coming. So this gush that could be, but then it is also Krishna's desire. What do I want to do? Every Sunday I want to come here, cook in the kitchen for Krishna. That's your desire. Get converted. I have a time. I should come. I should help. I cannot see Prem Sagar suffer, That desire comes in you automatically. Let me help him. Let me help Vikrami Prabhu, he's by himself doing. This desire to engage into the service of Krishna, that is the desire, Then the next one is, these are all the symptoms of the person who has been liberated. And it is a Satya Sankalp. That means that whenever his desire is fulfilled by the grace of Krishna, first of all, he does not desire anything for his material benefit. And secondly, if he desires anything at all, he simply desires to serve the Supreme Lord. That desire fulfilled by Lord's grace. So the only desire he says that I want to come to this temple and serve Krishna. That's the only desire he has. That desire is fulfilled by Lord's grace. So, because of the mercy of Krishna, when you desire like that, by Lord's grace, His prasad, His mercy, that's when this desire is fulfilled. Otherwise, it doesn't get fulfilled. You may try so much, He knows, He's in your heart. What is your desire? Whether it's, if the desire which you actually desire, are you really serious about it or not? Krishna knows because He's in your heart. Iswaraha sarva bhutanam riddese Arjun tishtati. I sit in everybody's heart, Arjun. He says, Bhagavad Gita. I know exactly. You can cheat your friends and family members. You cannot cheat me. Yeah? Is that not true? You cannot cheat me, Krishna says. Because I am sitting in your heart. I know exactly. Upadrasta, Anumanta, Bhakta, Bhorta, Maheswara. I am sitting in your heart and I am watching what you're doing. He says, chapter 13. Upadrasta, I am watching you, what you're doing. Anumanta, I sanction. What you desire, I sanction according to your bank balance. You cannot always come to me and keep on asking $5 million. Before we used to ask 1 million, now we ask 5, right? Because 1 is not enough anymore for everything what I want to do. So we ask 5 now. So Krishna says, I know everything and I sanction according to your activity, previous karma. Because material thing, we keep on asking so much we want material things, right? But we can't get everything because there is not enough balance there, right? We cannot go to the bank and say, sir, I have only $1, but can you give me 100 out of my account? What would he say? Get the security, get this guy out of here. So that is our situation, actually speaking. We are asking more than what we deserve, That desire is fulfilled by the Lord. This is called Satyaga. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur point out that word Mahima means returning to the spiritual world, back to Godhead. This is called Sadharma, or the same quality, just as Krishna is never born and never dies. His devotees who return to Godhead never die and never take a birth within this material world. Krishna tells Arjun that every time I come, you come too. In chapter 4. His devotees don't die. They keep on coming back in this material world, but they are on a different platform. They are on a spiritual platform. Like Srila Prabhupada, he didn't care about anything. He is one soul who was liberated, came here. So I would stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. It was nice you heard me and reading this Srimad Bhagavatam. And today is a very nice day for us because first of all, we were missing Parul and Manish, who are always here every Saturday. They disappeared for 3 weeks. And so now they are back. So we have a lot more enthusiasm now. That we think, oh my goodness, they are back, So they are very supportive to our temple and temple services. They engage into Krishna's service. So welcome back. Thank you so much for coming. And then, yeah, I'm coming to that. So our Rupesh Prabhu is also back. And every time devotee or one of our bhakta get into difficulties, we all feel it, like we feel, their pain is our pain,